So, on to your reading, Sagittarius. And I pulled these four cards. I shuffled and pulled and laid them out. You have a very much of a potpourri type of a spread for mid-December. Let's go ahead and start with the first one. It says Ten of Pentacles, and this is a very positive card. It means money coming in. Sometimes it's inheritance. As you can see, there's generations, 3 generations here in this card. It can mean family inheritance. It can mean generational money through property. Also, it could be that some of you are taking care of an elderly or a parent, or you're coming together under one roof. You know, you all are moving in together. You're moving your mother in or your father in. Some of you that have elderly parents or brothers or sisters that are invalids, maybe you're taking care of people. Even if you're not moving them under one roof, it could mean that you're spending a lot of time at their house, or you're bringing them to your house. So it could be either or any of those things. It doesn't have to be money itself, but it can be parents, grandparents, that. It usually is a positive card because it is accomplishment. It is the 10. So 10 is the last number in the pentacles of all suits. So there's a finalization to it. It might mean, too, that taking care of properties, wills, and probates. So just know that this card has come up. If this pertains to one of you Sagittarians in any form or fashion, then that's awesome. Make sure and watch your rising and your moon signs as well. This is not all for every one of you, but it did come up. And another thing I did this time, and I've been doing, is I asked my pentacles, is this the right card for Sagittarius for mid-month? And I asked for all four of these cards. And so, I'm just checking in all different directions. I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the right information. So again, if this doesn't make sense for you, watch your moon and rising signs as well. But this has to do with money, property, parents, grandparents, children. Some of you may be also planning for college, and this is an unusual time of year, but maybe not. Maybe you're sending someone to college during the mid-semester or during the second semester of the year, and might be getting money for that. So just be on the lookout. The next card it's the same as the Death card in traditional tarot, which is like transformation. So what hasn't come to light is starting to come to light, it feels like, Sagittarius. You can see that here's the butterfly, here's the past, she has on this dark clothing, but then this man and this boy are walking into the light, into a meadow. It's a little bit foggy, so it's hard to know what's in that meadow or what's on the other side, but it is transforming. It is like you're changing your routine, you're changing your life, doing things differently than you used to. I keep getting routine. So whatever it is that whatever your routine has been for the last years or last months, it feels like for some of you guys it's changing. Now we are entering the holidays. That could be part of it, but I feel like it's pretty permanent changes. It's not just, oh, well, for a week or two we're having guests over. It's more than that. It's like a deep change for some of you. If you've moved and you're having to get used to a new type of a neighborhood or people around you is what I'm getting. Or if you've changed jobs, or if you're changing your business. But anything that you're doing differently, it actually is deeper than that. It could be that some of you are transforming the way you see yourself physically, and what you eat and exercise, and changing I'm getting bad habits. So for any of you, and that would be just about everybody in the world, has has had some bad habit or another. I mean, you know, no one's perfect. So sometimes it's food, sometimes it's drinks, sometimes it's, you know, partaking of, you know, whatever makes you happy. And for some people, it's gossip. For some people, I'm getting a lot of talking and laughing. So for some of you, maybe it's just talking too much or not enough, maybe not enough speaking up. But it could be many different things that you are transforming in many different ways personally. And it's interesting because I'm looking at this card and she's kind of moving away from this. This one feels like it's a family dynamic or a property dynamic. You may be inheriting property, and it may be transforming your life, or this person that comes to live with you, or that you're taking care of. Okay, so the next card has come up. I have to tell you quite a bit in these readings for December, and it normally comes up straight up, but for you guys, it came up in reverse. Now, straight up, the Nine of Wands is about you're doing a good job, but you're being very protective of yourself and of your work and your business and everything, especially your work. And there's as you can see a little fairy here giving him intuitive guidance, but he's kind of like afraid of other people copying. For you guys, it came up in reverse. And so it feels like there's some uncertainties. You know, it's probably related to this. Transformation can bring uncertainties. It just can. So while you are protective of yourself and the work you do and who you are as a person personally, you know, I would say ground, because I feel like it may be during the month of December, second part of December, you may feel a little bit like you're not grounded, like you need to balance. Maybe exercise, walk, anything like that can help. Let's see how this... Oh, there's light here, and then on this thatched roof, there's light. So it's upside down. So what it's telling me, these wands are actually pointing... Okay, well, okay, I'm going to go back to this. It's first chakra. It's feeling financially safe and secure, material wise, like that you have enough money coming in that you can pay your bills. And the reason I'm saying this is because when I look at this card in reverse, the rods are all near what would be his first chakra, which is at the bottom of our back, our tailbone. And they're at the top. So I'm seeing, you know, this at the top, and then this points towards the light. So, yeah, just a lot of grounding. Maybe changes have been going on in your life. Again, it could be around family, relocating. But, you know, Mercury's going into retrograde, I believe, December 19th through January 7th. So it might be that you take some time out from thinking so much and reevaluate where you are. You may have some time off to do that. Some of you that are taking a week's vacation, or you automatically get time off. If you're in the education world, then you automatically get that time off. And I would encourage you to do so. Take some time to look at where you are, take time out, take care of yourself. You may be seeing some friends you haven't seen in a while. You may, of course, be seeing family for the holidays. And happy holidays to you, no matter what you celebrate. Christmas, Hanukkah, no matter what spiritual sense you are or religion you are. But I think that would be good to take some aura and R for sure. Because, you know, it feels like by the very end of the month that some of you are going to be negotiating contracts or or working some peace talks out with someone, that maybe doesn't see things the same way you do. Like if you're at a job situation, and this could be a romantic situation too. It doesn't have to be work. So it could be that you just need to have a heart-to-heart with someone and let them know what you're thinking. Let them know how you feel. You may have to compromise. It's a romantic situation. You may have to compromise on, what you do during the weekends, how you spend your money. If it's a business situation, then it could be the signing of a contract, but make sure that the details are worked out. Mercury retrograde, especially during this time period, because, they say the best time not to sign contracts is during Mercury retrograde. Well, when I moved, which was about a month ago, when I was looking for a place, it was the beginning of Mercury retrograde, and I signed the contract, and I'm very happy here. So not to say that you shouldn't, or you just don't do it, because I was in a position where I had to. That's just what came up. It's that the owners of the other residents wanted to fix the foundation and all this other stuff that needed to be done. So there was no choice. So sometimes, the universe just moves us along, and sometimes too, like me, if you're born under Mercury retrograde, it's not that big a deal. But just make sure if you are signing any contracts, you are signing any papers, buying a car, signing documents, especially if it has to do with, wills, probates, just make sure that you go over the details. I's are dotted, T's are crossed, read the fine print, all that fun stuff. Okay. Let's pull some clarification cards for you, Sagittarius. Okay. And what comes up for Sagittarius? Well, the Queen of Cups. All right. Well, that's a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Man or woman. I'm feeling it's a woman, though, for a lot of you. This is a woman that's very nurturing. She's very emotional, or she knows how to express her emotions. She loves art and music. I feel like for some of you, this could be a romantic partner. So, this love for this person, even if she's not a water sign, she may be taking on the aspects of a water sign. I think she's motivating you, or you're motivated by her to take care of business here. Interesting. Then the Justice card comes up. And this reminds me of a Libra, the scales and all, feeling balanced. It could be justice. It could be that some of you, I was talking earlier about wills, probate. It could be about court. It could be about you actually working out some of that in, court, legal matters, going before a judge. Yeah. And it feels positive. Temperance card, patience. Don't you love it during this time period? Talking about Mercury retrograde. Yeah, this is about patience. This is about angelic blessings will come your way if you just stay with the course. Just stay with the course. And then the Judgment card comes up. And these two cards really remind me of each other. Look at the wings. This is about a rebirth. It's really very close to the Transformation card, because when there's transformation, when there's death, old ways drop, ways of doing things that don't work for you any longer or don't work for your family. I was talking earlier about bad habits or changing a routine or changing your life. There's oftentimes rebirth and enlightenment. Yeah, because some of you have had your blinders on. And in order to do that, take those blinders off and really see things, the emotions around you, acknowledge the emotions around you. I feel like some of you have felt bound by emotions. In fact, my throat chakra feels a little tight right now, and my chest. So it very much could be around whatever you need to express or get out of your body. Again, that exercise, or be like the Queen of Pentacles. She's very grounded. She's an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And look how she has a rabbit in her arms. She's against the tree, of course, because again, she loves earth. She has the money. So take the blinders off, get more grounded, and see if that helps you. All in all, I think you're going to have a good rest of the month. For some of you, it's going to be an interesting rest of December. So leave comments. Let's pull a resolve card for the Two of Swords. The resolve card is the High Priestess. Okay, so in order to work out these details, go into your inner psychic abilities, your inner intuition, Sagittarius. That's what the High Priestess does. And she also understands hidden agendas. So if there's any hidden agendas here, just, again, dot the I's, cross the T's, and empathically feel around you if this feels good. And work it out the way that works out for you and the other person. Work in tandem with. Okay, interesting resolve card. Good. That makes sense though. Because we always know the answers. We always know how to do it. It's just figuring it out. Okay, so I'm going to add up the 4 original cards, and by working it out, by really tuning into your intuition, or talking to someone about it and let them intuit it with you. If you want a reading, that may help you. All right, so let's add this up. 10, 13 is 23, and 23 and 9 is 23 and 9 is 32, right? 23, 9 is 32. 32 and 2 is 34, is 7. Well, that would fit this particular card because the High Priestess is very introspective. She's very intuitive. And that's what a lot of 7 life paths are. Like if you're a 7, a lot of you are possibly in the research industry or the holistic or medical industry because you like to know the hidden truths. And see, that's exactly where she's coming from.